So what's going on, guys? I am Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today we are back with a Zombies Q&A, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and I answer them. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel, but let's get into it. Here we go, and enjoy. So the first question of the day from Jimmy Payne says, "Hey BOA, I just realised that there are 2 summoning keys in the Blood of the Dead ending cutscene. Did Treyarch not realise this? If not, what does it mean?" Now, I'm not 100% sure if this shows up for everyone who completed the cutscene for themselves, because in BO4 the cutscenes are in-game renders, so I believe they are different for everyone. They're not pre-recorded or pre-made, they actually happen in-game. However, I have seen quite a few people have this happen in the ending cutscene. As you can see right here, as Richtofen is walking back, he's got the summoning key in one of his hands, and then there's also another one floating in the air. Clearly this is a glitch, because the cutscenes do happen in game. In BO4, especially in 9 and other maps, there was quite a few bugs and visual glitches. The one I specifically remember is, I think it was Diego's head disappearing in 9 when it's held up by the High Priest. But yeah, this is just a bug. It doesn't mean anything. There aren't actually 2 summoning keys, there is only one, and that's the one that Richtofen is holding. The next question from Jane says, "Are the zombies characters from the World at War campaign? If so, what were their roles?" So yes, all 4 Ultimus characters, the very first set that we played as back in World at War, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey, were all taken from the campaign. When zombies started out back in World at War, it was only a very small team working on it. Most of the focus and the budget went on the campaign and multiplayer. Zombies was just a little side project. They really didn't have money to create their own assets, to create their own characters, their own models. Pretty much everything we saw back in World at War Zombies was taken from the campaign. Buildings, certain maps such as areas of Derice, Shinonuma, Verrucht, Nakda and Toten were all taken from the World at War campaign, slightly changed to suit zombies, and it's the same for the characters. The Nakda and Toten crew, the Verrucht crew, which included Dempsey, and then finally in Shinonuma and Derice, the final 2 maps of World at War, we played as Ultimus, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey, which were also characters from the campaign. Treyarch at that time weren't allowed to create their own character models for zombies, just because of the budget. So if you think about it, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. If the zombies team had the budget back then to create their own assets, more than likely, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey, at least the way they look, how they dress, they would have looked totally different if Treyarch had their own budget. They would have created their own models for zombies. So in a way, you have to be grateful that the zombies team didn't have much money. I can't imagine Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey looking different. In my opinion, the models are perfect. Richtofen's such a handsome guy, I wouldn't want him to change. As for what their roles were in the World at War campaign though, well, Takeo was a Japanese officer. He's actually one of the first characters that you see in the game. He appears in the mission Semper Fi. In the mission you get to see him and his soldiers torturing some US Marines that they've captured. Don't worry, I will show you gameplay of each and every character after I've spoken about them. But in the end, Takeo, or the Japanese officer, ends up getting strangled to death, so he is killed in action. He's pretty much the only character that looks quite a bit different to his zombie version. The most noticeable difference is he isn't wearing a hat. However, on the Nintendo Wii version of the campaign, he looks a lot more like Takeo than he does in the Xbox or PlayStation version. So that was Takeo, a Japanese officer. The next character is Nikolai, who in the campaign was actually Chernov. He was a Red Army soldier who first appears in the mission Their Land, Their Blood, and was one of the many soldiers who fought under Reznanov's command. Just like Takeo, Chernov also ended up dying, this time death by flamethrower. He burnt to death, and you can actually see his burnt body in the campaign. Our next character, Dempsey, played Polonsky. He was a United States Marine. He's actually quite a prominent character in the game. He's in multiple missions, and as for his fate, he's either alive or KIA. It depends on your actions in the game. You can either save him or he dies by grenade. And then the final character, Richtofen, played Heinrich Amsel. Amsel was a German officer. He was mainly responsible for the massacre of the Red Army soldiers and civilians across the Soviet Union during World War II. He gained infamy for orchestrating these brutal massacres. Not gonna lie, he does sound like Richtofen, but in the end, he was assassinated. So that's all 4 of our Ultimus characters in the World at War campaign. I'm now going to show you gameplay of each of these characters, their roles, and the main parts they played.
You think because you say nothing, you are strong? 貴様は強くない。強情なやつめ。
Don't tell him a fucking thing.
米兵どもはみんなこうなのか。二人とも殺せ。
Go to hell. 貴様は強くない。
Miller, you're okay. Thank God. We're gonna make them pay for what they've done.
Fuckers! Grab a rifle. We're gonna tear this place apart. Roebuck, signal the strike team.
We take the flank. It might get us wet, but it's not gonna get us killed. We regroup with the 5th when we're through the swamp. Stay sharp.
Poor bastard must have been shot down this morning.
Fuselage is still smoking. Check for survivors.
He's all snarled up on something. Shit! Grenade!
Belinski, search him.
On the ground, now!
Keep those hands up!
Shit!
Miller! Belinski's down! Those animals killed him! Animals!
He is responsible for the cold-blooded murder of men, women, and children. Not just here, but throughout the motherland. For 3 days, I have hunted him. For 3 days, luck alone has saved his wretched life. Sniping your enemy is like hunting any other animal. Fire at the wrong moment and your chance will be forever lost. Patience. If we reveal our position to Amsel's men, this fountain will be our...
Dmitri! Finish those rats!
Once again, you cheat death. Our tanks are ready to smash this line, and...
Chernov! I am not hearing gunshots!
There is no point, Sergeant. They are already bleeding to death.
then maybe our friend will have them bleed faster.
Burn the wheat fields! There will be no escape! Shoot!
Enemy through!
Fighting infantry!
Chernov! No! Dmitri!
Someone should do this.
Move inside! This is what we need!
Anyway guys, there we go, that is it, that is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.